Julie, guess what?
What?
It's time for our first episode of Meet Me in Maumee.
How exciting.
Let's do this.
All right, let's do it.
Go.
I'm Julie.
And I'm John.
I guess we're going to start our new podcast on Meet Me in Maumee.
We are.
That's exciting.
It is very exciting. You know, one of the things that makes this real exciting is we're going to have the mayor on in a little bit.
Oh, I know. I like Chelsea. You know, I knew Chelsea before she was in the mayoral, is that a word? Mayoral position. She actually went to school with my oldest son.
Okay, great.
I'm aging myself.
Yes, you really are.
I know. Okay, let's cut that part, right?
Yeah, let's get right to the city news, can we?
I think so. What's going on in the city?
Well, first and foremost, something that I think is very important is the fact that the sanitary sewer commitment forms, they all need to be in by the 30th of this month.
Did you send yours in?
I did.
I sent mine in too. I actually got my sewer inspected a year ago. Now I think I have to do something, the next step, but I'm a procrastinator.
I actually think I was the first one to get it done so I could see the process.
That's because you're an overachiever.
No, I wanted to be able to tell the people that came to the CMAC meetings what the process felt like.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But you're
Yeah.
kind of an overachiever and you're bossy. Because you want to tell people what to do. And so you had to get yours done first so you could tell people.
Is that really the way to start off this podcast? To tell me I'm bossy? You're sassy. Okay, well, let's move on, shall we?
Sure.
Something else.
What else?
Well, it just came out. I saw it on the world famous Facebook is Mario from the Maumee Tackle.
Yeah.
Put out that we are definitely having a Maumee River Walleye Festival.
We have needed this for years and years. I've just never understood why we didn't have some type of a festival for our fishermen. Do you fish?
I have in the past. Yes.
Do you wade into the water?
Why bring my middle name into this? No,
Is your middle name Wade?
Yeah, it's Wade. No, I don't wade into the water. But getting back to this, I think it's going to be great. There's going to be a 5K and then a little dash besides the 5K.
Right.
And also that night, I think it said there's like a ZZ
band
Top
or something.
ZZ Top tribute band.
Tribute. Okay.
Yep.
No, that is really, really exciting. I know we're going to have Chelsea, our mayor, on later today. So
let's ask her about it.
We could ask her a little bit more
Maybe
about
she can
that.
give us some inside
I know.
scoopage.
That is something I think that we've needed for a very, very long time. So I'm really excited about that.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the citizens will be as well.
Right. Yeah.
What else you got for today?
Well, I was going to talk about the Distinguished Alumnus Award.
Go ahead.
That is different than the Hometown Hero Award.
Yes.
I'm not very familiar with the Hometown Hero Award,
Okay.
but I am going to attend the Alumni Award program, which is, I believe, the 30th of, the 31st at Parkway the Parkway Place.
Parkway, yeah.
Banquet
Plaza.
Hall.
Yeah.
I actually have a couple people that I know personally that are going to be honored that night. One is Jeff Earl. I went to high school with him, and he's actually a family friend. And the other one is Jake Schneider, who actually went to school with my son. But we have other ones, too.
Is that Nancy Martin Schneider's kid?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm only asking.
Okay, I don't know who Nancy Martin Schneider is, so.
She was a school teacher at Maumee.
Oh. When I went there?
I don't know.
Oh, you went to Springfield.
Yeah,
How do you know my school teachers then?
because I met her.
Oh,
She said that she was a teacher in Maumee.
okay. I don't know.
So who else is getting inducted?
Amy Bell Hearing, Jennifer Parker Vansel, class of 76, Amy's class of 77, Matthew Stam, I'm not really sure. I apologize if I'm
Is that
killing your name.
STAMM?
Yes.
That's STAM.
Is it Stam?
Now watch, it'll be STAM.
Senior Master Sergeant, thank you for your service. Class of 95. Catherine Ebach, class of 09. And then Athletic Hall of Fame is Jeff Earl, who I mentioned. Cameron Pasco. Gosh, I'm killing these names, you guys. I'm so sorry. Class of 12, and so is Jake Schneider. And then Athletic Hall of Excellence and Contribution is Marty Kalmbach, teacher and coach. That's
Nice.
really kind of a cool thing. So I've never been to one of those banquets, so I'm looking forward to going there and seeing what that's all about.
Well, I can tell you how it's different than the Hometown Hero Award.
Okay.
The Hometown Hero Award is through the Maumee Chamber of Commerce. I think they're taking nominations right now. You can go to maumeechamber.com, and I believe the ceremony is the 26th of March.
So do you know what would qualify you as a hometown hero?
I think if people wear capes walking around the city,
Okay.
that would qualify. I have no clue. I think it's just people that contribute to.
So it's not a popularity contest.
No, I don't think so.
They don't have any qualifications? Like they don't have any standards?
Well, I think it's somebody that helps out Maumee.
Okay.
Yeah, it
All
can be
right.
anybody.
That's
actually.
awesome.
I don't think it's just like one award. I think there's several awards in different categories.
Okay.
So there's like a citizen award,
Okay.
a school award, and then I don't know the rest of them yet. But you can visit the maumeechamber.com and
So
find
next
out.
time you come on here with some information about something, could you be a little bit more elaborate on how you can do it? Maybe I want to nominate you,
No.
but I don't know if you qualify because I don't know what the qualifications are.
I don't actually know either. That's why I said visit maumeechamber.com.
Okay.
And you have to be handsome. I'm qualified.
Well, there you go.
Oh boy, this one.
What?
I don't believe this stat. Lake Erie put something out there, the Lake Erie public service message about salt. They are saying that you can use a 12-ounce cup of salt.
Like salt, iodized salt that you eat?
No, that you pour like when ice is out there.
Okay.
And it will actually treat 10 sidewalk squares. One little cup.
Like the sidewalk square. It's not like the whole sidewalk.
Well, if there's 10 squares in a sidewalk,
Oh, then that's the whole sidewalk in front of your house.
yeah, but aren't sidewalks wider now?
Not at my house.
Okay. So do
Mine
you
are-
think you could do,
No, I don't. My husband, because he does all that kind of outside stuff.
yeah,
We use a lot. Like we have like globs of salt.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, I called. I'm calling them out on this. Who's at the Lake Erie public service messages that can prove that? Do we have to do a visual sometime and be like,
It would be interesting to see how they're spreading it. I mean, are they just doing this?
no, they probably have one of those like spreaders that you do for grass seed. You know how you walk around with that little spreader?
Okay, but that spreader like twirls them.
Okay.
That just seems like I'm putting this and it's going to do
I would take one of that glass and I just do that and it would hit
like 50 times.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. That I'm calling BS on that. Let's get somebody to prove with us that really works. So you guys see if you can figure that out. What else you got? Because
Well,
we're here to kind of give information about what's going on in our community. That's kind of like, I'm hoping that's what we bring to our community in our podcast.
I would welcome that. And I think a lot of people welcome that.
Yeah.
You know, one of the areas that I saw that a lot of people wanted to know about was the sports.
Well, yes, because we used to, and not that we're trying to mirror the mirror. Mirror the mirror?
No.
No. But we really want to. Oh, see, I can't take him anywhere. Seriously. Oh dear Lord!
You put in one of those.
Did I fill your cup up too much?
It was a joke
Do
cup.
you want a little sippy top on that?
Yeah,
for you?
maybe.
My God. No, we want to highlight. You know what our youth are doing in our community.
Yeah, I was reading that there's not like one integrated place for sports. Everybody has their own little like pod.
Sure.
So I know our executive producer, Sarah Mokri, aka Mookie,
Right. She's wonderful.
visited the schools. And I know that she talked with somebody named Nancy over there.
Nancy Sayer.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that?
Wait.
Oh, is she related to you? Sorry. Can you cut that out? That part that I
No, leave that on.
I don't have a cold. I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah, but that's the real you.
Nancy Sayer, is she related to you?
She is not related to me.
But she spells it the same.
She is not related to me.
Okay.
I mean, I would like to meet her because there has to be some type of lineage.
I went to school with Nancy.
Okay. So,
The real Nancy Sayer.
is there a fake one?
I mean, the Nancy that we're talking about.
Yeah, Nancy Sayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know any other Nancy Sayer other than this one.
Okay.
So I know that Sarah visited her and she's going to be providing some information. But I think we have some information.
Yeah, I think we do here.
I think our citizens need to know that Maumee finished in first place after the fall season for the school all-sport trophy in the Northern Buckeye Conference.
That's awesome. You know, when I went to school at Maumee, which is a very long time ago.
What year was that?
That was a long time ago.
Yes.
And we were the NLL, the Northern Lakes League.
That's what I was in.
Is that what you were into?
Yeah.
At Springfield?
Yeah.
We always beat you. I'm just saying. We were really good in sports. And Springfield, you guys, yeah, we always beat you. Anyways, now it's the Northern Buckeye Conference. I'm not used to that.
Me either.
I'm just not used to it. And we played different schools that are far away. Like you have to travel.
Yeah.
Like traveling to us when I was in high school was Anthony Wayne or Perrysburg.
Or Lake.
Or Lake was far.
Lake
Yeah.
was the furthest that we had to.
Yeah.
So
we got something about basketball here.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's see here. Oh, now 7 wins and 6 losses so far for the season, with a 3-3 conference record, placing them 4th in the Northern Buckeye Conference. They lost against Lake on January 16th, and their next scheduled game is January 23rd against Fostoria.
That's a day after our podcast airs.
We air on the 22nd. I know.
So this is like up-to-date news.
I hope we try to keep it up to date.
Yeah.
We're going to get, the girls, let's not forget girls. I played girls basketball for 1 year.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I shot at the wrong team's basket and made it, and then my career was done.
The coach called your parents. I heard all about that.
Yeah, they didn't have to call my parents. They were there. They don't let me forget that. The girls play Fostoria on the 24th at 4:30, and that's all I got on basketball.
Okay. Well, Maumee Wrestling. They have
I love wrestling.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. I tried it my freshman year.
Do you know what I like about wrestling is
What?
that it's a sport that you can't blame anybody but yourself. It's such an individual sport.
It is intense. Unfortunately, I didn't treat it as such an intense. I did it to fill a weight gap, and I had fun with it. I was used as a wrestling dummy. I had a guy that used to say, "Hey, Sarah, let me try this on you. Let me try this on you." But I will say this. Back then, and you'll attest to this, Bedford was the best wrestling school around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Bedford was very tough. My freshman year, I beat Bedford.
Did you?
Yeah. It was my only
What was
success
your
story.
weight class?
I won't discuss that.
Okay. Well, like back in the day,
What was your weight class in
I
basketball?
didn't wrestle. We don't care what we weigh in basketball.
Well,
weight is a whole thing on wrestling. It's not like you're not supposed to ask a woman how much she weighs. Wrestling is a weight thing. You got to ask that question. Like,
Well, I can't remember. It was so many years ago, but let's just put it this way.
okay.
I was the last one up.
Okay.
And I could hear my
Say no
wrestling
more.
buddies go like this. Oh shit, we're down 14-8. Sarah's up. We're done. We're toast. I'm serious.
Okay,
That's how it was. But
that's
I had fun with
unfortunate.
it.
Oh, that's
I
good.
could say I
That's what
wrestled.
it's about. So
Yes.
Maumee, the next varsity boys wrestling match is Saturday, January 24th.
Yep.
At Clyde.
That's far.
It starts at 9. And those are long days. My brother used to wrestle. And I remember him wrestling when he was AAU wrestling before even, and we were in those gymnasiums for hours. It's like running track. I did that in high school, and it's just like running and watching people running in circles. But it's a great sport.
You were quite the athlete in high school. Sounds
Not-
like.
No, not really. I guess
Did you get just a contribution award for being a part?
Okay, here's a quick thing so in junior high is when Maumee starts their official organized programs for sports.
It's like the farm organization.
They just start it. And so, I'm going to play basketball. And I think, in my head, I'm this great athlete, so at the end of the season, my coach, we had our banquet and he gave me the most improved award. And when he talked about it, he's like, yeah, I was going to cut you. I just think you had nothing going on with basketball. And it just deflated me because I was like, wow, I thought I was good. So I played 1 year in high school and then shot at the wrong basket. And I decided that was not my career choice of sports.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about wrestling.
Yeah. So,
Next up, let's talk about a little fundraising and events coming up.
okay.
Something that I'm contemplating having with my own charity is a purse bingo party. Fort Miami PTO is having their annual, how do you say that, Galatine?
I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with Galatine.
Okay, Galentine's
Galentine's.
Purse Bingo party on February 7th at the Eagles. You can still get tickets. $50 buys you 12 rounds of bingo.
Okay.
A dauber. What's a dauber?
I don't know. Those are words I don't use.
Bingo. 12 cards of bingo. Oh, dauber. One of those,
Oh, the little, so you can hit your bingo numbers.
Yeah, that's pretty loud in my headset.
Sorry.
And you get
Bingos.
appetizers and a dessert. Tickets are available online.
So it's a purse.
Yeah, so
Bingo party.
So they have 40 purses.
So it's actually a handbag.
Yeah.
Not a purse being.
No, it's a
you
handbag.
win money.
It's a handbag.
It's a handbag. Why don't they just say handbag?
Because our executive producer wrote
Okay.
purse.
Okay.
Because it's called a purse party. You're not winning a purse. You're winning a purse.
You're winning. What do you mean you're not winning a purse?
Well, I mean, you are winning a purse.
Purse.
But you're using purse like it's money.
That's what I'm clarifying. You're winning a handbag,
Well,
not a purse.
hopefully if you ever get the opportunity to go to a purse
They don't know
fundraiser,
what we're
then
talking
you'll
about.
know what we're talking about.
What fundraiser were you talking about that you are affiliated with or run?
I don't own it. The state owns it.
Oh.
I founded it.
You founded it.
It's called Blessings in Disguise. And we
Okay.
provide free medical equipment to seniors that can't afford it.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think I would like to go to a purse bingo party.
Okay. I will make that a reality. Watch. You will go in April. Okay?
Thank you. Let's see here. Ticket. Oh, okay. I'm going to go to this.
Oh, you need to. Trust me.
No. The
Oh, wait. Are you legally
Are you
blind?
talking about the legally blind?
Yes.
That was rude.
Well, are you? You
I
asked me
am.
about my weight.
I'm going to go to the Maumee Middle School's presentation of Legally Blonde Junior. That starts. It's January 30th and 31st. My neighbor is in there. Is in the play. I'm not sure what part he has because
Which neighbor? The one I took to Planet Fitness that day?
No, that was Madden. This is Easton.
Oh, gotcha.
$11 a person, hometownticketing.com. We should all go and support our kids in the
I agree.
drama. I think that's if there's anything, just doing this podcast because I I never did plays in school.
I
Did you
did.
do plays?
I
Of
did.
course you did. You probably did.
Would you like any renditions of those?
I don't. If you're going to belt out,
I was
the
going to.
hills are alive kind of thing.
I was in The Sound of Music. I swear to God, I was
Of course
Friedrich
you were.
in The Sound of Music.
Yes, no. I give you people a ton of kudos because especially at that age to get up
Yeah.
on stage
Yeah.
and it's amazing.
I
Like I
loved
can be
it.
stupid like this at my age because but I give them a ton. So that is January 30th and 31st, and I believe it's at the high school in the. I'm pretty sure, guys, don't show up at the high school if it's at Gateway. So I'm pretty sure though it's at the
Maybe
the
if
Performing
they
Arts Center.
if they went to hometownticketing.com,
Yes, it'll tell you there.
it'll tell you there.
Yeah.
I actually, the high school drama teacher got a hold of us last year because I forgot the play that they were doing, but we donated a power chair, and a neck brace. So
What
Carla,
show were they doing?
Mean Girls, maybe it was Mean Girls.
Will they push somebody down the chair?
I have no clue.
Okay.
Carla Lewis, a friend of mine in the city, she told the lady to give me a call,
Nice.
and the lady called me, and I drove them over there, and they used them, and
Great.
yeah, it was fun.
That was great.
So that was my contribution. I'm really excited about this next one. Go ahead.
Castle Creations is hosting dueling pianos.
Love it.
Okay, I did this on a I went to something like this on a cruise.
Yeah.
To be careful of my wording. How fun. And then they had one a couple years ago for St. Patrick's Day at it wasn't in Maumee, so a local place outside of Maumee. Way fun. Dueling pianos on February 28th at the Brandywine Country Club. Have you ever eaten at Brandywine Country Club?
Love the lamb chops.
The food is really good.
Yes, it is.
I haven't been there I never think about it in time, but Mother's Day, they
Yeah,
have
they
a
have a buffet.
wonderful brunch buffet, they say. It's just, but it sells out really quick. So I'm not.
I've done that one
Have
there
you?
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very good.
Tickets are $30 a person and are available online. I doesn't say what online, so call Brandywine. They'll let you know what that's all about. What's this next one?
Maumee Warriors Baseball is also holding a
I was
burst
going to
bingo.
say, I thought we just talked about Burst Bingo.
That was for the PTO.
Did you hear what I said? Burst Bingo.
It's similar to when you said episode. Yes. So Maumee Warriors Baseball is holding a purse bingo event on March 31st at the Waterville Event Center. $40 a person gets you 10 rounds of bingo each. Tickets will be on sale soon. You know what? Purse bingo, it seems like, because I see that a lot out there. I should do that.
It's like, you know what, back in again, I'm aging myself, but back in the day, we used to do reverse raffles all the time.
Yeah.
Now it seems like we're doing purse bingos.
It's more bougie, I think.
Purse bingo is?
Yeah, I think it's more bougie. And sometimes you see purse bingo with guns. That way it
Then
draws.
it's not called purse bingo.
Well, no, it's called purse and gun bingo.
Oh, so you get husband and wife going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Purse and gun bingo.
the Maumee Soccer Federation. Oh, this is Ashley's group.
Oh.
On March 31st is hosting a casino night at the Maumee Senior Center. I want to go to that.
Okay, that's fun.
Are you going to go?
Well, I'm not a gambler, okay? But I've been to these before, and you don't even feel like you are spending money because the tickets are $45 a person. Little tidbit for my gambling issues. Not that I'm a gambler. I'm not. I went to Vegas one time. I think I was like 19, and the person that I was with
Yeah.
was gambling a lot. And so I started getting faint because they were spending a lot on the roulette table.
Seriously, you got faint?
Somebody from the casino that was working there, like, ma'am, you're looking a little peaked, and they had to take me to the nurse's station. And
Are you kidding me?
I'm not. I can't gamble. I would rather go to the purse bingo to come home with something.
Yeah, but it looked like when we did the casino night for CMAC last year, you did fine.
Oh yeah, I'm over it now. I'm older. I was 19 then. I was like,
But this is a deal. Look at that. Tickets are $45 a person. You get one bingo card. You get a $100 gaming voucher for food and 2 drink tickets.
oh yeah, wow.
Yeah, I think that's for the Maumee Soccer Club.
Okay, I was just
I
gonna say,
already
who's
told
that for
her
again?
that I had a couple people that were going to donate raffle items to them for
That's
that
the
night.
hardest thing for those is to try to get your raffle items.
It
and
is so difficult.
Gosh, and then you're going to all the same people and merchants in Maumee to try to get them to participate and do all that. So
Yeah, well, they get inundated with.
they really do.
They really do. So all of us in the community, I'd say this: give a reach out to the Maumee Soccer Federation if you can help out and donate an item. That would be awesome. It really helps nonprofits a lot.
You know, these type of events that we're just talking about here, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have a child in that program.
No.
Even if you're somebody that just, you know, wintertime is hard. Like some people really have a hard time with the whole sunshine not around me. I must have been a bear in my first life because I could just cuddle on the couch, shut the windows and read a book and I'm good. I don't need the sunshine. But some people really do. Or this would get you out and just meet people in the community.
Yes.
Just go to these events if you want to. And you know what? It's I don't know. It'd be a good way to get out there and meet people. And I see people on Facebook sometimes say, we just moved into Maumee. We're trying to meet people. How do we meet people? This is how you meet people.
Yeah, go to events.
Go to events.
Yeah.
Give you some ideas.
Speaking of the senior center, this one you really got all.
Oh, I did.
So
I was excited about this.
Why don't you talk about it?
They're having a soup sale. The months of January and February. Who doesn't like soup when it's cold outside? $10 will get you 16 ounces of Wilma's. I don't know who Wilma is. She must be fabulous,
Flintstone.
though. Yeah. Homemade frozen soup, broccoli and cheese, chicken veggie, heart chicken rice, or stuffed peppered soup, cornbread, muffin, and cookie. Order forms are available at the senior center from front desk, and that's go ahead. I talk fast. Did you say it? Maumee,
What?
The website.
Oh, it's Maumee Senior Center at gmail.com.
Yeah. Oh,
So they're not making creamy mushroom? That's my favorite.
yeah. No, they're not. Maybe you could contact Wilma and see if she could whip some up for you, but no, that's not what it says.
Okay, well,
But
I'll give to the cause.
Yeah, I think
How
that's
about that?
I think that's a great
That's a
idea.
good
You know,
deal.
our senior center. I am old enough to go to the senior center, and I don't.
I have another year.
No, you don't. You could be 55 and all. It's not like they don't kick you out. They don't ask for your ID.
Do you want to know what else they have at the senior center every single week?
What?
And you only have to pay $2. Cardio drumming. If you want to build up your cardiovascular system, you go in there in your gym clothes with 2 sticks and
Do you have to bring
pound
your own
on-
sticks?
I don't know.
Okay.
I just read it.
That's kind of fun.
I think it would be fun.
I think you can go there and like play cards.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a way for
That's
seniors
another way, yeah.
to mingle and get out and
We should have a
enjoy
place
each
for that
other.
for younger kids.
I always
younger
see that
people.
they have the Gatlin brothers always go to the senior center.
The
Not
Gatlin?
always, at least once a year.
What do you mean the Gatlin brothers go there and sing?
I think.
Are they still alive?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, Larry's your age.
no, there isn't even a Larry Gatlin.
I think there is. I think he's like the main guy.
John makes things up like this.
I am
sometimes,
not
you guys.
making
I
that up.
apologize. So now we'd like to introduce our very first guest, Chelsea Ziss, who is.
She would be our mayor.
Thank you, John. I only know her as Chelsea, and now she has a new title, and it's throwing me off.
Don't let it throw you off. But before we get started into the real tough questions,
Right.
I think it's time for Uncle Buck's rapid fire.
All right. You ready, Chelsea?
Let's have at it. You know, I don't like to answer questions quickly, though, so this will be interesting.
Julie.
No, I'm doing the odd numbers.
Oh, you are?
I'm doing the even numbers, yeah.
Okay. If Maumee were a person, what would its catchphrase be?
Here we go. I don't know. That's a weird one.
That's a good one.
Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go again.
I like that.
I got one for you, Chelsea.
All right.
If you could rename a street in the town, what's your new street name?
My new street name. I think it'd be cool to have like a Little Turtle Avenue or something.
A Little Turtle.
Yeah, as your Chief Little Turtle from Battle of Fallen Timbers. It'd be kind of cool.
Okay.
Since
but
we
Battle
already-
of Fallen Timbers is Perrysburg, isn't it?
No, it's all over this region.
Oh, I guess it is. That's true.
Kool-Aid or Tang?
Ew, neither. Gross.
What's one of the words that sums up Maumee at its best?
Family.
Nice. I like that one.
I think we should end on that one, actually.
You think so?
I do.
Okay. Well, let's end on that and get into the nitty gritty.
All right.
Why don't you start us
You want me to
off?
start?
Yes.
So Chelsea, and I'm going to kind of read this because I'm not good at
Make sure you
memorizing.
squint.
I have my glasses on today, but our producer, Sarah, did a great job at making my font large. So, for the residents who may not know you well, how would you describe who you are and what value will guide your decisions as a mayor?
As mayor, so, I'm Chelsea. I obviously grew up here and went to school here, and my kids are going to school here. My husband went to school here. I like to describe myself as the ultimate townie.
Rather than a groupie, a townie.
Yeah,
I like it.
we've, our families have been here for a long time. So when we talk about guiding decisions as mayor, that's kind of a tough one because the mayor in Maumee specifically is almost more of a facilitator than they are a decision maker. So it's all about sort of guiding the direction we're going. The mayor doesn't have a vote at council unless there's a tie, and the city staff runs the city. But as mayor, it's more important for me to, and all mayors really of Maumee, to guide the direction and sort of set the vision of how that's going to go. Some of the guiding principles for that, I would say, is making sure that we're always doing the right things for our residents, but also making sure that we're growing in smart ways.
What experience pushed you from being a citizen to actually into the political position of going for mayor?
Well, I think that's kind of tough. I've always been interested in everything that's going on, especially in my hometown, but also in general, I like to read a lot. But I am, for the most part, pretty apolitical. In fact, I'm independent. I'm not registered with either party because I like to make decisions based on policy rather than party. But I would say the big push is I have a tendency to be able to absorb information very quickly and sort of condense that down and make it easier to understand. So when we had a bit of upheaval in 2024, I think that was probably the biggest push to at least get me more involved in a more public way rather than just keeping an eye on it. And then as we went on and I realized that we need people to be informed making those decisions as well, that's really what gave me the strongest push.
Good.
With that being said, one of our citizens asked, we've talked a lot about transparency and trust in recent years. What specific changes will people actually see how the city hall communicates and makes decisions?
Well, one of the big things that we're doing is we have 2 new web initiatives at the city. We've got OpenGov, which will be really cool because it will actually show the actual real-life numbers of the budget, what things are being spent on. It'll also have summaries of some of our biggest projects. I do feel like a lot of times the information is there, but people don't know how to get to it. So that will show budget projections, big projects, capital projects, things they're working on. The second initiative we're doing is Civic Plus, and that will be great because the meeting minutes, the agendas, the videos, all of that will be online and much easier to navigate than trying to go back and forth between our current website and YouTube. So it'll be just a little bit easier for people to find what they're looking for. So that's a pretty cool thing that I'm very excited about. I think at one point I called it a digital front door to City Hall.
When will those be ready?
Well, it's government, so everything moves pretty slowly. But a big part of that isn't just moving slowly for slowness sake. It's a lot of training because more employees and staff at the city will have access to be able to update things so the information will come out quicker. We're thinking somewhere between 4 to 6 months.
So as it relates to the open.gov, will there be a citizen portal for that?
Yes, so they can look on it, anonymously. It'll be open in public, but you can also log in to get updates and information. A lot of times we'll also do surveys through there, which will make it easier. The other cool thing that I almost forgot about is we are implementing See, Click, Fix.
Can you explain that?
Yeah, so and that is a part of our Civic Plus suite of software that we've got, but we'll be able to implement that even more quickly. But it is essentially a citizen ways for anybody in the city to be able to report something, and it'll go directly to staff who will disseminate it out. So if there's a tree down or a big pothole or something that needs to be addressed, especially sooner rather than later, residents will be able to report that. It'll go directly to the staff that should see it.
That's awesome.
That's really important.
Yeah.
I apologize. Like that. Gotcha.
So I know one of the large issues that has been in the community for probably the last year and a half or 2 years is the sewer and stormwater issues. Can you give us some updates on where we're at with that? I know there's a lot of questions with the community on how that program is going forward. And can you update us a little bit?
Sure. Well, as you know, we did extend the deadline to sign up for the 2025 grant terms to the end of this month. So you have until the end of January to sign up and get that full grant for those inside the house fixes. We are also, and even if you don't get it signed up, it's not like it goes away completely. There will still be that 80% grant and going on further down the line, which is pretty great. Aside from that, we are also working on, we did pass the legislation so that if somebody buys a house within the next year and they didn't know about this, that they'll still be able to get those grant terms as well. So new buyers don't have to be so worried about it. We're hoping to get with the Board of Realtors to let them know about that and what's going on and write some policy regarding that. But that was passed, I believe, in the middle of December. So even new buyers will have a chance. If there are issues, they can get them fixed. They just have to sign up within 30 days of their closing.
Is there somebody specific at the city that if they have specific questions they should contact, or is that still a work in progress?
Well, it's a little bit tough. There is somebody, we do have admin help in the service department, which is a big help. But because we're getting such an influx of calls and emails and people stopping in, they're still trying to catch up. So still sending any email questions to conveyance@maumee.org is the best way to get it to the right place.
Okay.
My sort of philosophy with communication is having it come into one sort of central node and then being able to be disseminated. So utility billing is not going to have all the answers. That part of the service department, our capital projects, and will have those answers. So sending it to them first or talking to them first is going to be the best way to get questions answered.
Great.
How are the compliance measurements going as it relates to the people, especially uptown?
Yeah, it's, I got to tell you, we've had so many people, signing up and coming in and getting ready that we still don't even have a fully updated number of signups. Those people are still signed up, but everybody's coming in so quickly that we don't have the spreadsheets updated yet, which is great. I do know that we've had, I believe it was at least 1,000 inspections. So that part
Wow.
is really great. And I know that there is a ton of people signed up, but I don't have the actual numbers. I know that it's really good, and we're hoping to get caught up. Everybody's sort of coming in all at once to get signed up now that we have that deadline,
Right.
which is good, but it does make it hard when, I wouldn't necessarily say that we're short-staffed, but we are limited on staff. So we want to make sure that everything is being done in the right way before we release full numbers.
Perfect. Let's jump to, can you give us some updates on economic development and neighborhoods? Where do you see the biggest economic development opportunities in Maumee?
Well, there are a couple of, first of all, this is the tough part. This is one of those times where I take an hour to answer a question. Because when we talk about economic development, you really have to decide what that means as a whole. So are we talking about development in general? Are we talking about bringing in more jobs? Are we talking about bringing in more businesses? Are we talking about bringing more people into the city? Or are we talking about bringing more residents into the city? All of those things are sort of intertwined and really need to be discussed and figured out. For example, if we bring in a whole bunch of new housing, which is something that we are doing, and that's good, if the business doesn't follow and those people's, income tax doesn't stay in Maumee, it's not as helpful as if we had the businesses and the housing and the actual development where people want to go.
So let me ask you, because I see a lot of housing going up right now that is townhouses, not townhouses, but apartment living, that type of thing. What is the advantage of having that type of residence, apartments, town versus single families, because does everybody want to live in that structure of an apartment? Or I know we're landlocked, I understand that, but on the other side of that, there's been scuttle talk about the rec center, and what the thought process of, if there's ever a time that Maumee can obtain that land, are we doing community housing, or are we doing single families?
So I think, again, it's a complicated question because no, not everybody wants to live in apartments, but we also haven't actually had that housing stock available for people to come live in Maumee. So when you're talking about younger people just getting their careers off the ground, they're much less likely to come in and buy a $200,000 house than they are to rent an apartment. So when there are those apartments available that are hopefully close to their businesses, that's a whole demographic that we haven't really seen in Maumee. One of the things that gets talked about, and I actually just read an editorial about this in The Blade today, where they talk about this area has something called brain drain, where people go to school here, maybe they go to college here, and then they leave.
Sure.
So that's a big problem, and Maumee's population is declining. So having enough options available for people who are just getting started in their lives to come in and live here and experience the town makes it more likely for them to put down roots. But that goes hand in hand with the people who stay in apartments only stay 3 to 5 years. So are we looking at it as a funnel for them to come in, live here, decide that they love it, and then buy a house, in which case we would need some more housing stock for that. The school classes are much smaller than when I went to Maumee High School.
Right.
And they're probably smaller than when you went.
Yeah.
So that, I think, is a tough thing that we have to figure out. We do want to make sure that we bring people here to stay.
Right.
So I think it is to the point where, in my hopes and dreams, that we do bring in a good mix of both. But we have to capture all of that. The trends do show that most people starting in life are looking for nicer apartments. And that's just not something we've had here before.
Right. That's something that I think our Maumee community is an older community, and it's hard for us, myself included, it's hard for us to wrap our brains around that, because we were always raised to, you want the house with the picket fence and
And I do think that is still a goal. I think that part of the American dream is still alive. It's just that they're all going to Monclova and Waterville and Perrysburg and all these places that have some of these new builds. That's
Sure.
why it might be important to have some of those available to bring in some of that. The other thing with apartments, buildings, though, is having that more dense population is less of a strain on infrastructure than having a whole bunch of single-family houses, because they can share, lateral lines. They can share a lot of that infrastructure that goes in and then goes throughout the building. But any additions are going to cause interesting things to happen when we consider the infrastructure. And I was really glad to see, being at the city building more, seeing a lot of conversations about strategic ways to do that, to make sure that we're not straining our infrastructure, to make sure that new developments come in will make sense, not cause strains on the system, and keep us moving forward.
great.
Are there still land opportunities for manufacturing in Maumee?
We still have industrial districts, absolutely. A lot of that is that over by what we call that Ford Greenway. Some of the spots like the C4 also allows for some light industrial. There are definitely spots for those places to be available. It's just a matter of if they want to come in, if manufacturing is still seen as a viable option these days, because everything is changing so much, especially with like big box stores and retail. So a lot of the manufacturing ends up being mostly tech related.
Yeah. I see, because as it relates to housing, there's no guarantees of income tax.
Yes. So right now, I believe the last time I looked at the numbers, about 25% of residents' income goes towards Maumee income tax, and the other 75% of residents goes outside of the city. Wow. So that is definitely something to keep an eye on. But 25% of something is better than 25% of nothing. Right. So there's that little push and pull. There's also the school of thought that, knowing that a lot of the recent studies say that people want to, eat and work and play where they live, there's sort of a chicken and egg situation. Are people more likely to come in and develop businesses that have more jobs if there are more people living here, or are people more likely to move here when there are more businesses and jobs? So it's a bit of a balance to try to figure out the best way to go about it.
Okay.
And I guess I would suggest that for people,
No, Julie's
Whoops,
lost
I
it.
lost
Wow,
it.
look at that.
Wow. For the citizens that are trying to follow this information, is it the best suggestion for them to come to the council meetings?
Come to the council meetings. Definitely come and listen, hear what's going on. Come and have conversations with the council members as well, because they are the ones who are making these decisions on things. I do know that we are hoping to have some town halls and more open discussions where people can come in and have a chat, because council meetings are business meetings. But really the best venue, I think, going forward will be to come to the committee meetings, actually. So we've we've been talking about expanding our standing committees on council so that more of the information can get to council members and the communities faster. Whereas at an actual council meeting, it's more about voting on those decisions that committees look at. Our goal is to get the committee meetings on a regular schedule to make it easier for planning and attendance, still trying to make sure that we record and live stream all the ones that we can, though now that we're going to have more, it might be a little bit harder to record all of them because some of them might even happen at the same time.
Yeah, I know myself, I've been attending quite a few of the council meetings for the last couple years. What I notice is that there's not a lot of younger generation. Have you thought through how you're trying to engage the younger generation in the community to get their thoughts? I'm older. I'm the seniors of the city. So my views are going to be completely different than a younger generation, a family that has children, and what their needs are going to be versus what I would like to see the community going towards.
And that's a tough one because I am, sort of closer to that generation than a lot of the people who are actually coming to these meetings. A lot of times I am one of the youngest people. I think it's harder, not necessarily harder, but I think it's just not at the forefront of people's brains in my generation and younger when they do have young kids and soccer practice and all of these things that they have to maintain and go after, that by the time those, council meetings come around, they are taking their kids to play practice or to basketball practice or soccer practice or hockey practice or track and field. And there's so much going on that it's really hard to get up there. I also think that, when we talk about the social media game, Facebook's demographics, where a lot of the information, good and bad, tends to come out, is also an older generation where some of the more younger generations are on different social media.
Sure.
So one of the things that I'm hoping to do is have a stronger community outreach program, and we've talked a lot about that, and there's a lot of excitement, as well as talking more to the schools and just having some more of those relationships with businesses where those people frequent more. Maybe we should be sending out information. For example, one of the things I suggested before is when we have information about the sewer stuff, it shouldn't just go out on our channels. We should be sending it to the parent-teacher organizations at the schools and hit them, because a lot of times they're just not getting that information because they don't have the time or the wherewithal to go and seek it out.
Right. So let's change the tone a little bit and tell us what's exciting coming up, because I heard a little buzz about some type of new festival we're having.
Yes, we are putting together a walleye festival. I believe we landed on the name Maumee River Walleye Fest.
Okay, I like it.
And knowing that we have somewhere between 10,000 to 15,000 people coming into this area every year. And some news outlets even say it's between 10 and 20,000.
Wow.
And they come here and they stay here usually for 3 to 5 days, and they come with a lot of money in their pocket and they want to do stuff while they're here. Some people actually treat it as a family vacation and bring the family along, but there hasn't been a whole lot to do. And I do know that there's been chatter that fishermen sometimes feel unwelcoming. So with that being said, I kind of called Mario over at Maumee Tackle and I said, hey, I'm thinking about putting something together. Are you interested? And he said, yeah, let's do it. Because I originally called him to see if he was going to do a tournament. And he said, we stopped doing them in the last couple of years.
So a controversial topic on that matter. Camping at Lucas County Rec Center.
Sure.
Any thoughts on that for this year?
I'd love to look into it more. I think that by the time we figured out all the zoning and everything else, if we go about it the right way, by the time we get something in place, I think the season would probably be over.
I know when we read the press release, we were all excited. I mean, it's a great first start, for sure.
Yeah. So with the camping, the tough thing with that, one of the things that we have heard and we have said even as private citizens is these decisions are being made so fast. Nobody has any input. They're not going through all the channels. It's being passed by emergency. So knowing that the campground is in a place that is a residential zoning, we need to look at it really carefully to make sure that the zoning change that would have to take place would be helpful to the city, helpful to the residents who live there, because all of those camp spots are right in people's backyards, essentially, making sure it's done the right way so that there are limitations that don't turn it into a year-round campground. And to do all of that, it would take some time to look at our zoning codes. Then it would have to go to the Planning Commission, who might have thoughts and changes and all that. Once it goes through the Planning Commission recommends it. It would go to Council. Council is very, really wants to make sure that everything is getting the time that it takes. So it might even go to a committee before it goes to Council. And then if they do 3 readings and not by emergency, we're basically looking at, even if we started working on some sort of legislation, it wouldn't be done till June. So it is being looked into. I know many council members have expressed that they're interested in it. I just don't know that we'd have something in place by this walleye season, this walleye run. Yeah. But we are looking into that to at least look and see if there's a way that we can do it that would be, good for the residents and good for the campground or for the rec center and good for the fishermen who are coming in. But we want to give it due diligence and not just rush into something.
Yeah, and I think that makes a lot of sense. With the new council being sworn in January, you got to give everybody some time to get settled in, to find their place. And that's coming up on us very quickly as the walleye run. I do know that there's a lot of people that are concerned about the parking situation with the walleye run. So if that situation is going to change, or are we going to help accommodate the fishermen in a little bit better way than what people were saying last year? I'm not for or against it. I'm just bringing up the topic.
Yeah, we have definitely talked about bringing some of that parking back. We'll still have some no parking signs at intersections and things like that to preserve safety. I'm really curious to hear from residents who live over there, because the original thought was that they were the ones who wanted to keep that no parking. But as far as I know from the conversations, we are going to be bringing back some of that parking.
Great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We'll also be having the walleye run. So there'll be a 5K.
I can't participate in that.
And a minnow dash. And just by happenstance, because we pulled in city staff. So we pulled in people from the theater. We pulled in our public information officer. We pulled people from MUBA. We pulled people from the chamber. We talked to Run Toledo. So we got everybody together in a room and said, okay, let's put up some ideas. And it just so happens that night that we're talking about doing it, there is a ZZ Top tribute band playing that night at 7 p.m. at the Maumee Indoor.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Awesome.
it just
That
worked
is
out
awesome.
perfectly to be that. So between that, the run, Mario's now going to do, the Maumee Tackle is going to do a tournament now that
Nice.
we have something put together.
Right.
We're going to try to get some food trucks, a beer ton, and do something. We don't have exact times yet because it's still very much in the early planning stages. But we'd like to have things going from about 12 to 6:30. Bring them in for the weigh-in, for the tournament, for the run, have a lot of fun stuff to do. And then after 6:30, they can hit all the bars and the restaurants and the theater if they want to go see Thunderbeard.
Nice.
That sounds like fun,
Right?
actually.
So it should
Yes.
be a fun little, fun
So
little trip.
do you have a committee yet that's put together that if people want to volunteer to help with this, because I know there's going to be a lot of people excited about this.
Yes.
Is there a way that they can sign up to help volunteer?
I think so. Once, like I said, our first session was just a planning session of, can we put this together? Do we have enough time? Can everybody commit to this? And that was, we got all the yeses, and then we said, okay, let's go get some things put together. And I think we're going to try to meet again in a couple weeks. And at that point, we'll probably figure out a way to get more of the residents involved. I already know that there are people
Oh,
who
I
are
can
excited.
assure you there are several
there's a
residents
lot of them.
that will volunteer
who
for
are
that.
who will volunteer or be part of it or have ideas. But at this point, probably I would say in the next couple of weeks is when we're trying to get together again to have things solidified. So, for example, we know we're going to have a 5K, but we don't know what the route's going to be yet. And we can't really decide where food trucks or
Yeah.
events are going to be until we have route figured out.
Right.
But they actually have to go map it out and run it because we don't want it down by the river to disturb the fishermen. but you also don't want to close a bunch of streets. So they're right now spending the next couple of weeks figuring out the best route for that.
Well, maybe by the time we do our next podcast, we can have some updates on that, and we can fill in the community on, what's going to happen, or if they want to volunteer, reach out to whomever, and we can update on that. So that's wonderful. Where do you see our vision for Maumee in the next 10 to 15 years?
10 to 15 years is a tough one because right now we're looking so closely ahead because we've got so much change happening all at once. In 10 to 15 years, my hope would be that we have more connected neighborhoods. We have less strife. That would be nice because now I get to be on both sides of it. Seeing some development. I'd love to see the population grow. I'd love to see the schools fill back up. Those are all things I would absolutely love to see, and a still involved population. Those are the things that I would like to see, is keeping that civic engagement, but in a fun way.
Understand.
And seeing growth in the city. There's a lot of really cool items that may or may not come to fruition. There's a lot coming on the horizon that I'd like to see come through and bring some of that back.
So I have a question for you. With 5 new council people and yourself, what roadmap are you using to figure this out?
Hold on, I'm going to cough. Excuse me.
Sorry that made you cough.
Good.
Yep. So we're wrapping it up.
Yeah,
Yep.
this will be the last question.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Can you ask me one more time?
With 5 new council members and really yourself, what roadmap are you using to try to get this right?
For legislation, for meetings, for...
For all of it, getting through the sanitary sewer remediation program, understanding legislation, moving legislation. Do you have a mentor out there in another community that you're leveraging?
One of the things that I've been really focused on since what I first got in was to create more connections internally because I don't know all the staff. So the first day before I was even sworn in, the first thing I did was say, okay, call a staff meeting. Let's get everyone in. So we've started having that and having a lot more conversation in one room where different departments and divisions can discuss what's happening with them. I've also made it a point to really sort of foster some partnerships and relationships with regional people that we haven't had as much. So I've been meeting with people from the county, from the state, at the federal level, TMCOG, all of these other mayors, other jurisdictions, other political bodies, to see and talk to people who are in the same boat, because it's not unique for this, change in leadership. They're going through it at a lot of places. You can almost look at it by when you look at people's resumes, you can actually see it by elections. When they started and when they left. So being able to talk to and have these relationships with other people in other governments, especially people who've done it before, has been really helpful.
Well, I will tell you, I hear such positive vibes coming from 400 Conant Street and from the community. And I hope that the trajectory, is that how you say it? Trajectory. Yes.
Pronunciate loud and slow.
Okay, how about this? I hope the path that
There
you
it
continue
is.
to
There you go.
I hope the path that you continue to go on is just as positive. I hope it brings you much success. And we thank you for joining us on Meet Me in Maumee.
Thank you, Chelsea. And hopefully we can bring you back at another episode to see how far we've come from the first to going into the future.
To the next, when everything's on fire.
When
That would be wonderful.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.
No, thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, folks. As it relates to the news and events, we're just getting started with our podcast. And we want to make it fun. We want to make it engaging. And we want to invite you in every single time we have a podcast.
We really do. Like bring your topics to us, if you will.
Yeah.
Because we didn't mention the band, Maumee Band.
Yes.
An orchestra. Like we're not just focusing on the athletic part of Maumee schools, but that's what we had. That's the information we had today.
Correct.
But is there something great about the debate teams or anything that you think is important to get our community engaged, and we're just trying to have fun with it.
And one of the things I want to do is is have real local businesses here, entrepreneurs
Right.
that started businesses, and tell us how they got started and what's been their level of success, things like that. I will tell you what we just talked about. If you have a story, an idea, or if you'd like to be on our show, just write to info@meetmeinmaumee.com, and we'll make sure that we get to it and we get back to you.
Yep. Our next program, we're going to have our guest, Nicole Curry.
Yes,
She's from Project I Am.
she is.
She's going to talk about the Acoustics for Autism, which is a fabulous program. I usually am out of town the beginning of March, and this year I will be in town so I can participate in that. And, we made the Guinness World Book of Records on that, but I'm sure Nicole will tell us about that.
She will tell us.
Yes.
And if you folks don't know, she's also a judge, and she's also a
Yes.
singer in the group Arctic Clam.
Yeah, she's
She's a cool judge.
She's really cool.
Real cool judge.
Yeah. I'm anxious to talk with her.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I am. So
So with that said,
we'd like to,
what?
We want to thank Chelsea,
Yes.
our mayor,
Yes.
for coming on and talking with us today.
Yes.
Our sponsors, and Eric, who runs Stone Soup. Thank you for helping us put this together, and he's going to be here
Every time.
Every time, and
Unless he feels comfortable to give us the keys and we just go rogue with it.
yeah, no, he's not going to trust you with that. Yeah,
I don't
he's
want
saying
that.
no in our headphones. He's
I
like,
know.
no.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. And really, we need to say thank you to Sarah Mokri.
Well, she's the glue that keeps us together because
Yes.
you go off rogue sometimes, and she's like in our head, pulling it back.
She has not said anything to me
Oh, she did
today.
to me about you in my headphones.
She did? What'd she say?
I'm not telling you.
Okay, folks.
Thanks, Sarah.
See you the next episode.
That was easy.
On Meet Me in Maumee.
That was easy. That was easy.
Bye-bye.
See ya.